Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, been busy for the last couple of months. Most of you will know my dad's passed, and so I've been busy trying to take care of all his stuff. Well, today I'm gonna be working on an LS tractor, LS 4145 2016. This tractor has a broken bolt, and there is a 12.9 grade bolt, and I may have broke it when I was using the box scraper the other day. I got to figure out how to get that bolt out of there. My first indication is to use an easy out, and what that's going to constitute is drilling a hole into the broken end of the bolt and trying to put an easy out in there and trying to remove the bolt. So we're going to see how that works out, and you get to see it firsthand. Anyway, I'll show you where we're at here. So here's the back of the tractor. Here's a 3-point mechanism, and I guess it'd be on the right hand side as you're sitting in the driver's seat of the machine. So a little bit of a closer look, and I noticed the other day when I was looking over the machine that there was a bolt missing right here, and so I removed a bolt from the other side. I was thinking it just backed out and fell out. So I went down to the store and got some 10.9 grade bolts. That's the best I could find. Grade 10, grade 8, all that stuff. The higher the number when it comes to strength of a bolt, the higher the number, the better the bolt is. So I got back home with those bolts and noticed that, oh, there's still part of the bolt inside the thread. So what I got to do is I'm going to remove this linkage right here for this 3-point. Got to remove all this linkage right here so I can actually get to it, and I'll remove the other bolt and see what I can do to drill a hole in the existing stud or threaded portion of that bolt and get that out of there. So what I'll have to do is have to remove all the linkage first. So I'll take this pin out of here. And before I put all this back together, I think I might squirt a little lubrication on here to lighten that up a little bit, make it easier to move. I like this Corrosion X stuff. I'm not getting paid to endorse this, but a buddy of mine years ago shined me onto that, and I really ended up liking it. So I've been using it ever since he gave me that one can. Put that back into place so I won't lose it. Well, this may be good enough before I get in there with a drill and remove that broken bolt. Now all the pressure's off of this piece here, so now I can remove that other bolt without any tension being on it. I could just leave it just like that too. However, I might put some anti-seize on the threads on these bolts when I go to reinsert the new ones. I'm not sure if this bolt is damaged or not. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look to be bent. So I'm going to go ahead and reuse it. Again, that's a 12.9. And the ones I'm replacing the one at least with is a 10.9. To the best of my ability, I'm gonna find center of that thing and then mark it with a punch. Well, I should clarify something. Easy Out is probably a brand name. You know, a lot of people think a crescent wrench is one of these things. Well, that's actually just an adjustable wrench. This one happens to be a cheap version of the crescent wrench, but anyway, same thing applies to these. These are actually broken screw extractors, and there's a couple of different flavors here. There's one that's kind of got a part here that actually when you go to try to loosen it, it actually bites in to the hole that you make with the drill. So these kind here, you know, actually you tap these into the hole. Same thing with this, you tap this into the hole, and this recommends that you use a 15/64 drill bit. Drill that pilot hole to where you can drive this in and then remove the screw, because it'll kind of cut into these corners. These ones here act a little differently in the respect that you do tap them in, and when you go to remove the screw, this actually bites into the hole. What I'll first do is I'm going to mark, or try to do the best I can to mark the center of that broken bolt. Now I'm just going to eyeball this thing and hopefully hit the center of that thing somewhere, if I can figure out a way to get in here. So what I'm doing is trying to get a little bit more visually centered each time, so I'll just go on the other side of the outside of the hole with how it looks like it needs to come over this way more. So I'm just kind of working that hole just a little bit to my right here. Okay, that's not picture perfect, but it's probably good enough to get me a hole in there to where I get that bit inside. What I'll also do is spray a little bit of this. I probably should squirt a little bit of penetrant in there more so than a lubricant, but I think either one would help. Just your good old-fashioned liquid wrench. Alright, we're going to try this guy right here. This is a extractor 4, and it asks you to use a 1/4-inch drill bit. So I'm going to start with something like a 9/64 bit first to get the hole, a pilot hole. Use a little bit of oil on here to lubricate the drill bit, because that is pretty hard steel. I'm going to angle the drill a little bit because my hole is off towards this side, so I'm going to angle the drill a little bit that way and see if I can cut into the bolt a little bit further towards the tire here, so I can center the hole a little better. Trying to stay parallel. Also trying to stay parallel with the drill, or the existing bolt hole, being perpendicular to this face right here, because the bolt hole is going to be perpendicular to this face. I'm going to try to get the drill bit aligned with that so it drives through in the same direction the bolt does. Yeah, I want to make sure I clean that cap off really good, because if I use that lubricant and anything else, I don't want any metal chips in there, so I'll have to clean that cap out really good. I wasn't really thinking about that when I put that transmission fluid in there for a lubricant. Okay, I hit the bottom of the bolt. Now I'll change this out to a 1/4-inch bit. Now I'm not hitting that very hard at first, because I don't think it's going to be that difficult to get out, because it was actually turning a little bit as I was drilling. So, oh, here we go, perfect. Oh yeah, that's the perfect demonstration, because it didn't give me headaches. And that's how that works. Now I can just take a little bit of anti-seize. I'll put those new bolts in this one here on the right hand side. Return this one to the left. I borrowed this one so I could identify what the new bolts should be. I took this to the hardware place and that ended up being an M14. So put a little anti-seize on all of them. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this bolt was broke or not, so I went ahead and got an extra just in case. But it's nice to have an extra anyways, just in case this happens again, right? That way we can have a bolt ready to go. If I can find it, right? What I'll do is throw a little bit more of this on some of these pins here. Why not, huh? That stuff sticks pretty good. Eventually the rain will get to it, but a little ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure, right? Okay. And we'll run that other bolt in there. While we got it out, we'll put a little anti-seize on it too. Well, that's the picture perfect way of removing one of those. I've had them to where they were really difficult to get out of there, but this one here was actually textbook perfect as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I've had those stuck in there, and I've broken off those screw extractors before. Badly rusted bolts. So anyway, this worked out real well. Hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for stopping by. Take care and God bless. Huh? Are you driving? What are you doing? Huh? Sleepy dog?